Hi, Rising Stars. Welcome to February. Wow. I can't believe it. I'm so excited though, and I hope that you are too. So I hope you had a great January. I know the end of the month can be a little intense. It can be super exciting, and it can be a little bit of a downer too if you didn't hit a goal you were going for, or you were super close to a goal you were going for and it just didn't quite happen, or you didn't get that recruit that said she was going to join, or that party didn't close that you thought was going to close. And so I can totally identify. I've definitely been there. But what I want you to remember and do is that you are so great as a Scentsy consultant, and you should be so proud of yourself for everything that you've accomplished up to that point. And just think about everything that you have done and the improvements that you made in January and the getting out of your comfort zone that you did. And just please be proud of yourself. Give yourself a hug. Here's a hug from me to you. You did great in January, every single one of you. And I know that as Scentsy consultants, what we need to do a lot of times when the month ends and it didn't go the way that we wanted, we need to pick ourselves back up, right? And set new goals and just keep charging forward. And even if you met your goal last month, it's like everybody starts over on the new month. Everybody starts at the same place. You start at your little projected rank in your workstation. Mine says, let's go to mine. Let's see, start a deadline report. So my title is SSD. My projected rank is certified consultant. So everybody's projected rank is certified consultant unless it's essential consultant. So everybody starts right back there on the first of the month. So we need to set our goals, set our intentions. One thing that I did today is change all my calendars over, right? Changed everything over to February, and I set my goal for February, and I kind of looked at what I already had on the books and what dates I have open and what I need to do to get there, and I set my okay, what didn't I do in January that I could have done different? What did I do last February that I want to improve upon this February? So, if you haven't been around for a year, that's fine. But if you have been around for a year, it's always a good idea to not try to compare February to January, but compare February to last February. And so last February, I looked at what I had in sales, what our team had in sales, and I set my goal for this February. And it's going to be more than that, because I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to stay the same. I want to get better. I want all of us to get better too. So that's what I would challenge you to do today on day 23 of our Rising Star as we work through this program and we're at our first month change, right? So, evaluate what happened in January, what happened last February if you were here. And if you weren't here last February, then just base it on January and what you want to accomplish in February, and set your goals for this month. And set strong goals, not, oh, well, I hope that I have 4 parties, or I hope that I get my 500 PRV. Set really strong intentional goals, and that way you have them to work towards. So I kind of set a big goal, and I'm going to have to book some more parties to get to my big goal and have some more sales and maybe look for some other things. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. Write them in your notebook. I know at the beginning of this program, we wrote our why, we wrote our goals for the program as a whole, and your program goals as a whole might include a monthly goal, but maybe maybe they're a little bit different than you initially had thought before we got started. So get that set, get that done today so that you have the entire month that you know what you're focused on, and get started on it today too. So if you know that you need to book more parties in February once you have your goal set, let's contact a few people to book some parties. If you know you need to have some recruiting conversations in February to meet your goal, let's work on some possibility packets and getting our recruiting conversations on the calendar too. If we're going to work with our team, if we're going to do trainings, whatever it might be, let's set that intention and get to work on the first. Because guess what? Months are short, but February's shorter. We only have 28 days. So we can't delay. I know I was talking to a team member of mine this morning who missed a goal by a very small amount. And I said, and I had messaged her last night, but she didn't see it until this morning. And so she messaged me and said, oh, I just saw it this morning. And I said, if we only had one more day, I knew if we only had one more day, we could have accomplished this goal. But the truth is, we don't get that one more day. We've got this month to work with, unless it's August, right? And the system's slowed down. But that didn't happen last night. The system ran smoothly. So we didn't get an extra day. So in February, there's 28 days. So we really have to make each one of them count. We have one of our very own teammates celebrating her 5-year Scentiversary this month. Val, yay! Congrats! It's actually on a day that doesn't exist, the 29th this year, because she took a leap on leap day. But she can celebrate it on the 28th and the 1st. She can celebrate it twice. But and then the other thing I want to talk to you about is not only setting those goals, but using this group to help you get the goals, to help you get to where you want to be. So when I first started Scentsy, I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this before, because I believe so strongly that this is why I hit director. And I believe super strongly that this is also why I hit Superstar Director and Star Director and really every single level in between that I hit. Because when I joined, I actually had a couple of teammates join before my friend Jerry joined. But when my friend Jerry joined, we were really good friends. We hung out a lot. We lived in the same town. We saw each other very frequently because we had a lot of the same mutual friends. We also had different friends, but we had a lot of the same mutual friends. And so she started doing Scentsy, and we did a fair together, and we used to go around Missoula, like dropping catalogs off at places and dropping samples off at places and things like that. We were doing Scentsy together. We were pushing each other out of our comfort zones together. We were supportive for each other. We did little things like that, little trainings, kind of. We tried to do team meetings. They were sort of a flop, but we tried all together. And when she, I didn't want her to out promote me at the lower levels. She couldn't pass me, and she didn't. But once we got to director, I knew once we got to director, then she couldn't pass me. But I didn't want her to get to director before I got to director. Now we're friends, we're still friends, but that little kind of like friendly competition aspect in there, right, was like, well, I don't want her to get director before I do. And then I think we hit director maybe in the same month. Or maybe I hit it 1 month before she did. And then same with Star Director. She did hit Superstar Director before I did. I believe. I might have to go back and look. But I was close after. So anyways, the point is, when you're doing it with a friend, when you have these buddies that are kind of pushing you and cheering you on, it's so much more motivating and driving. So if you have that already on your team, someone who's going with you, I like to call it like go with them, right? If you have someone who's a go-getter, go with them. Don't let that discourage you. But if you have someone like that on your team, awesome. That's so great. Use that to your advantage. If you don't have that person on your team yet, and I say yet because you will find them. The more people who join, you're going to find the go-getters. If you keep asking and sharing and growing your team, you'll find the people who are just ready and like-minded like you and driven. But if that person isn't on your team yet, use the people in this group, because everybody in this group has a strong goal and wants success with their Scentsy business. They want to get to the next level, and otherwise they wouldn't be here. So use this group to really, if you guys are posting on this group every single day what you are doing, I will not be mad. I will be so happy. If we can come together as just really cheering for each other and, driving each other. And if you see that, like, Nicole, did you get 3 new teammates last month? I'm pretty sure she did. My brain is fried. I didn't even stay up that late last night, but my brain is fried. So anyway, I think Nicole got 3 new teammates last month. If Nicole is posting, I got 3 new teammates last month, well, gosh, I want to get new teammates too, because Nicole's getting new teammates, so I better get to handing out those possibility packets, and I better get to following up with those girls that said that they wanted to join. And if I handed out my 5 possibility packets, which I did, and I still don't have my 3 or my 1, then I'm going to hand out more. And now it's February, so I'm going to hand out more than that because it's supersized month. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So use this group to create that power and that momentum to help you get where you need to go. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that you kind of understand how that works, because it's like people say, okay, this is a good example. And I'm talking way longer than I wanted to, but okay. This Fitbit. I got this Fitbit because I wanted to be more active. I wanted to take more steps in the day. I wanted, that's what I wanted to do. So I've had it for a little bit now. And the first month I was like, okay, the first week I was like, I'm not taking enough steps. The next week I was like, I'm still not really taking enough steps. This week, I'm going to meet my steps goal every single day. I'm not going to sleep until I meet that goal. Well, guess what's happening? I'm still not meeting that goal. It's sad to say. But, sometimes I meet it. But, last night, I was 1,200 steps away. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get 1,200 steps. I'm going to go to bed. So, what they found is that Fitbits don't really make you more fit. And I believe it now because I have one. And it's not working. Now, granted, if you know me, you know I'm going to make this thing work. And I'm going to start getting my steps in because I'm stubborn and competitive. Mom, don't laugh too hard. But the studies have found, research has found with exercising, Fitbits don't make you exercise more. What will make you exercise more is exercising with a friend. So if you know that, this is a perfect example. I get up every single Friday morning at 5:30 and go to ULA. Okay? It's a dance class. I get my steps in on that day too. But why do I go? Because I have 2 friends specifically. It started out as 3, but one of them passed away. I have 2 friends who I meet at ULA on Friday mornings at 6. So I go. Jeez Louisa, why did that make me cry? I told you guys I'm a mess today. Anyway, so I go to ULA on Friday mornings. I don't go work out. There's 6 other days in the week, and I don't get up at 6 on those days to go work out. I could, and then it'd be over with, and then I'd be getting my steps. But I go on Fridays because my friends go. So, the point is, all of that to say, when you are doing Scentsy with your friends and you're having these goals with your friends and in a group like this, it's going to help you get to that goal that much faster. So I know all of our goal is to hit director. So let's all do it together. Let's work together. Let's make these goals, do these things, and let's be intentional about sharing what we're doing in this group so that we can all help each other and cheer each other on and promote and be accountable to each other, because I want you all to be director this fall so you can walk the stage at reunion next year. I mean, maybe you'll hit it before and you can walk the stage this year. That'd be awesome too. But let's do it. So anyways, that's the video for February, or the video for February. The video for today, day 23, we had a month change in here. The purpose is to use small groups like this to help you, to team up with other small teams like yours to help you get to your goal. It works. I've seen it in action. And set your goals for February. Set them early, set them strong. Front load your month if you can, so that you can focus on the second half of the month, really building your team and helping them along the way. So what do I mean by that? That's probably something new. I haven't talked about that on here. Try to book your parties towards the beginning of the month so that when it comes down to the end, you're done. No, that's not true. You're not done, but you're not worried about getting your PRV in the last minute. So anyways, I will talk to you soon. I can't wait to hear your goals for February. And yeah, y'all are awesome.